She really cared about Pathfinder enough to give her it for luck. It belongs here. Save it for I mean, my gut says based on Skyler's personality.
It's part of initiative history. It should go to the Nexus for everyone to see. And maybe help someone else.
I'll see to it, Ryder.
Thanks. Now let's go make her proud.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Excess baggage. Acquired 29 Andromeda viability points just for that. Alright, I was hoping that my companions would give me more insight on this, but apparently that's not going to happen. After making initial contact with the Angara, you must now gain their trust in order to meet the Moshai and access the vault on Aya. Either Voeld or Havarl would be likely places to start. Travel to Havarl. Go to either Havarl or Voeld. One mission on the planet Havarl. Meet the Resistance. Having made contact with the Angara, their trust must be gained in order to meet the motion. Either Voeld or Havarl may be a good place. So helping Havarl scientists or meet the Resistance. See, the thing is, scientists, here's the thing. Scientists are more Skyler's style. So if it weren't for what I mentioned earlier, he would lean more towards the scientists. But if you remember, like I said, the leader specifically said Voeld. I think he specifically said Voeld. I'm gonna have to actually look at the video again, because if he specifically said he would want to keep both, maybe he did say both Havarl and Voeld. He might have said both. And if he said both, then I might lean more towards the scientists. So let me go check that before I make a final decision on this. Okay, so I figured it out. I would look back, and yes, the Ephra, I think, indeed specifically says that he didn't want to lose Voeld. I didn't notice him saying anything else about the other planet, but even if he did, it seemed like at that moment, Voeld seemed to be a much higher priority for him. And since he's the one that I'm trying to convince to trust me, then it makes logical sense for Skyler to go after that one. Now again, if it weren't for that, Skyler would have gone for the scientists, because that's more his style. But I kind of prefer this because, again, I feel like Skyler is leading the initiative towards a more knowledgeable, like them being the knowledge and research powerhouses, which is fine, because then we could have the Angarans and Jal's people be more of the military powerhouse. And in order for us to make sure that we get that, and we end up, gaining the trust to boot. So, kill two birds with one stone. I'm definitely curious to find out what happens if we go to Havarl instead, but that'll probably be in another playthrough. Aya. Orbital distance 1.1 AU, orbital period 1.3 years. Radius 3289 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 1.4 atmosphere, surface temperature 28 C. Aya is a small and lush tropical world. Its unique position, hidden by both the Scourge and Helios's black hole, has allowed it to go undetected by the Ket. Alert, Aya is a sovereign world of the Angara. All initiative personnel must conform to early contact protocols. Exactly. The Trail of Hope. Landing zone for Aya. Okay.
Anomaly on sensors.
Meirav. Fetvun.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Alright, we'll start here first. Fetvun. I'm wondering if the Scourge came from the black hole. That might be where the dark energy is coming from. This one looks a little bit like a green Jupiter, almost, texture-wise. Voeld, data, orbital distance 20.5 AU, orbital period 103.8 years, radius 55,380 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 0.67 atmospheres. Analysis. Every century, Voeld's orbital path takes it dangerously near a stretch of scourge. It appears to be bleeding atmosphere as a consequence. Bleeding atmosphere. Interesting.
Anomaly on sensors.
What do we have here?
Probes launched. Satellite detected.
Satellite ID unknown. Power readings 4.2%. System report. Functional but dormant. Status active. A Ket satellite is well concealed low in Sunsail's orbit, doubtless designed to observe Angaran activities in the system. Disabling it permanently is a simple task. Gained Helios research data. We don't need any of that spying on us. Orbital distance 0.9 AU, orbital period 0.9 years, radius 6584 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 0.28 atmospheres, surface temperature 11 C. Despite its comfortable temperature and gravity, Sunsail's composition is highly toxic and inimical to most life forms. It would be difficult at best to colonize. May rave. This one's definitely going to be hot. May rave. Orbital distance 0.5 AU, orbital period 0.3 years, radius 0.9357 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 0.64 atmospheres, surface temperature 135 C. The Angara have established a research station on the boiling, toxic surface of Myrave, but appears unmanned and in danger of destruction. Perhaps the Angara lack the resources to maintain it. Asteroid. Asteroid. Data G-type asteroid. Diameter 232 kilometers. Surface gravity 0.014 G. This asteroid contains large quantities of frozen water, unusual for this particular asteroid belt and a possible host for microbial life. You. And last but not least, Obeiro. Ooh, I like that green color that it shines from.
Anomaly detected. Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Graphite. This graphite mineral deposit would prove useful to the initiative for manufacturing. Thank you. Beautiful planet, Obeiro. Orbital distance 17.7 AU, orbital period 83.2 years, radius 5771 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 41.2 atmospheres, surface temperature 77 centigrade. Analysis. Obeiro's surface is primarily composed of iron, but mountains rich with less common metals dot the landscape. Scans indicate that the Angara have often sent mining expeditions here. Cool. We're 100%, so now we have to make a decision. Oh my. Wow, we've got a whole bunch more galaxies, a bunch more places to look. Helping the Havarl scientists. Saibang, Nalesh, Joba. We're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna go to Voeld. Meet the resistance. Voeld instead of helping Havarl scientists. We're gonna meet the resistance. We want the not military, but we want the fighting power of the Angarans to be able to defeat our enemies. Does this lock us out from exploring the other planet, though? I'm wondering how this works. It's like choosing between the Templars and the Mages.
Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Nice. Let's start with past 55.
Anomaly on sensors.
Right here. I saw it immediately.
Deploying probe. Detecting what's left of a ship.
Ship ident Yuni 011 unknown. Ship name unknown. Crew complement 1. Status not available. This empty Angaran escape pod appears to have been drifting over past 55 for nearly a decade. Markings suggest it came from an exploratory vessel. Its data is now yours to carry forward. Wow, look at all that. Look at all that. Past 55, orbital distance 11 AU, orbital period 36.6 years, radius 43,338 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 0.52 atmospheres. Analysis: hydrogen and methane comprise the bulk of past 55's atmosphere. Innumerable tiny satellites drift low in the gas giant's orbit, too dispersed to form a proper ring. Ditivios.
I'm picking up something.
Let's take a look. What's this in the storm?
Probe away. I found something.
Storm. Radius 137 kilometers. Wind speed 157 kilometers per hour. Rotation contra-clockwise. This massive hurricane is carrying a sort of nitrogen-adapted plankton over the ocean. Ditivios appears to be home to simple life forms. 270 XP. Nice. Ditivios. Orbital distance 2.5 AU, orbital period 4 years, radius 7369 kilometers, atmospheric pressure 0.18 atmospheres, surface temperature -58 Celsius. Ditivios is largely covered in oceans of nitrogen churned by powerful winds. The storms make detailed surface scans difficult, but not too difficult for us to not get the XP for it. Ooh. M-type asteroid, diameter 267 kilometers, surface gravity 0.01 g. This asteroid is honeycombed with artificial caverns. A few fragments of remnant technology remain, though it appears another party, perhaps the Ket, removed the rest. Copper deposit. Perfect. And last but not least, our final destination. Voeld, to meet the resistance. So far away from the sun. This is the planet that he wanted me to look at, or that he really felt was.
Okay, bundle up, people.
I'll stay on my nice warm ship.
Voeld. Orbital distance 14.8 AU. Orbital period 57.1 years. Radius 8740 kilometers. Atmospheric pressure 1.42 atmospheres. Surface temperature -40 C. Voeld is a world going through an ice age. Once packed with dozens of major urban centers, most of Voeld's Angaran population now lives in scattered settlements. The remains of vast ancient cities are still entombed in ice. Voeld is a stronghold of the Ket. Caution advised. Let's go. Available minerals. And we have PB Secret Project in here. Plus trading favors and meet the resistance. Perfect. Yes, let us embark. Do I finally get to choose who's in my party? I hope so. Yeah, I think we're all good with this. Okay. Confirm loadout.
Take her down, Callow.
We designated this planet Habitat 6.
Really? This is
Original
Habitat
readings
6?
suggested it had a breathable, nitrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of H2O.
I
This is
take
Habitat.
it that's no longer the case.
All H2O on Habitat 6, Voeld to the Angara, is ice. And those oceans, frozen over completely.
There goes the dream of a seaside property.
Ooh, nice. I love when we go through the atmosphere like that. Wow. It'll be like, so it's
That's
just
a
like
pretty
hot.
intense blizzard.
LZ is on the windward side of the mountain. Conditions are bad. I'm tracking gale force squalls.
Squall. Wow. It's like peak 15. Brings me back to Mass Effect 1. I'm assuming we have to take Jal by default. Whoa. Oh my. Okay.
We're good. We're good.
You sure? Want us to get out and push?
Very funny, Ryder.
Thank you, Callow. Oh, okay. I guess we don't get to choose. Do we really not to get to choose who's coming with us? Liam Costa, find worlds to evaluate. Can we really not choose? Where's my squad selection? Okay, so I realized that all this time I could have been choosing my squad because I didn't realize that I had to click up here. Yeah, like these items here, I just didn't know. For whatever reason, I just didn't think to click up on these icons. It wasn't really all that intuitive, because normally in, say, Mass Effect 2, it would automatically go from, like, loadout, or from squad selection to loadout to, you know, it went from one to another. And in this one, it just starts you with loadout, you know, with weapons, and then you confirm loadout, and then, you know, you get onto the planet. Like, I didn't think to click on any of these guys to change anything. So now I'm going to change it. Because I was wondering why on EOS we seemed to be forced to only use Cora and Liam. And I guess at the time I didn't think much of it, because I thought, okay, well, it's the first major planet, you know, after the prologue, and I thought, well, EOS is, you know, the first planet that has, it was Habitat 1, so it made sense to force you to use the humans, I guess, at least initially, until I guess you got through a bit of the main quest. But no, the entire time I could have had Vetra and other people in my team. So, but anyway, I actually am happy that I did EOS with Liam and Cora. So now that I'm involved, I can choose a completely different party, because we have 4 new characters that I haven't used at all, and we're gonna go right to it. So, now that I have these items, I kind of want to go with the oh my, scavenger helm. That kind of looks a little scary. I kind of want to go with the armor that I got with my deluxe version of this game. So, Scavenger Helmet, Ultra Rare Helmet, the Auto Recycling Technical and Combat Interface Armor, a name only slightly less awkward in the original Turian, is better known as the Scavenger Hardsuit. Originally built by Armax Arsenal in the Milky Way, the Scavenger incorporates Quarian technology that allows the user to better analyze, interface, and integrate foreign components. A handful of these suits were given to the initiative by an anonymous Turian donor. Minus 10% weapon weight, but plus 10% max ammo. Deep Space Explorer Helmet, Ultra Rare Helmet. The Andromeda Initiative's mission is one of discovery and exploration, as well as colonization. Readying personnel to journey into harsh environments, even the void of space, was always part of the plan. Thus, the Initiative's custom Deep Space Explorer hardsuit is equipped with multiple environment seals, fail-safes, a hefty liquid oxygen supply, a formidable kinetic barrier generator, and an array of scientific instruments. Although many were built, most were mysteriously lost en route to Andromeda. Plus 10% encounter XP increase? Yeah. That's kind of a no-brainer. Plus 10%. Yeah, and that looks pretty awesome. We've got the Maverick Skirmisher armor. There's nothing elegant about this patchwork hardsuit. It mixes various materials and technology from the Helios cluster, and its microframe computer runs a jumble of barely linked programs. Despite this, or because of it, the armor is highly effective in combat, with targeting and thermal distribution system second to none. Plus 3% weapon headshot weak point bonus, plus 3% weapon spare ammo, plus 5% weapon damage. Deep Space Explorer armor. Ultra rare chest. The Andromeda Initiative's mission is one of discovery and exploration. Okay, so that's that scavenger armor. I wonder what the scavenger armor looks on this. I might have to figure out better color scheme. Okay. I guess because we're in the cold, I'm gonna have to do some color changes off camera, guys, because this is just not gonna work. Deep Space Explorer legs, though, is fine, and Deep Space Explorer arms is fine. Okay. And then I've got some consumables, cryo ammo. I have a feeling we don't need cryo ammo in a place like Voeld. Just thinking. We might need incendiary ammo, though, as a consumable. Shield capacitors are always good. Overdrive pack. Immediately reload all weapons, recharges all powers, and temporarily boosts accuracy and damage reduction. That sounds amazing. Disruptor ammo. The shot stuns enemies and deals large bonus damage to shields. Lasts for the next 3 clips of currently equipped gun. I think I like these. The shield capacitors and the incendiary ammo. Okay. We can... Nomad customization. Ultra rare. Witness the shine and sheen of the sleek platinum plating. Tabula rusa, the essence of simplicity. The Midas touch. I kind of want gold. A golden nomad. And then we can actually pick our squad mates. So Liam is a crisis specialist. Cora is a biotic commando. Let's look at who else we have. So we've got Vetra, Drifter Mercenary. We've got, of course, PB, the Rogue Academic, Drac, the Veteran Warrior, and Jal, the Resistance Fighter. Okay, so like I said, I like to rotate my characters around as much as possible, just because I see, when I play a RPG, I see the RPG sort of like a TV series, and because of that, I try to give each of the characters as equal amount of screen time as possible. I try to rotate them around so you can, so one or two particular characters aren't just dominating the screen time. Some people like to play in ways where this is my dream team, and by default, this is the team I always use because we're really powerful. Our powers, our abilities complement each other. Makes perfect sense. Other people, like me, like to rotate them around based on what makes the most sense. Now, because this is we're in Voeld and we're doing this to try to meet the Resistance, I mean, it's a no-brainer for us to bring Jal with us. I feel like everyone is going to bring Jal into this mission. And normally I don't do the norm. Normally I try to be unique, but it makes sense. So Resistance Fighter, Jal, and he just looks amazingly awesome. As for the second squad mate, So again, we're not gonna pick Cor and Liam because Cor and Liam, they've been with Ryder since the beginning of this game so far, so we're just gonna let them rest a bit. So it falls down to PB, Drac, and Vetra. And the way I'm gonna choose this is I'm going to choose between Vetra, Drac, and PB, which one I think will give the best first impression to a new species, you know, especially a new species who we're trying to gain the trust of. And because of that, I feel like I would want to pick Vetra over Drac and PB. Not because I think that Drac, for example, is an untrustworthy person, or that PB is an untrustworthy person-ish, but I feel like Vetra would provide a far better first impression to the Resistance than Drac and PB. That's just my like thinking. So we're gonna bring Vetra. Plus, they look really cool together, and I think like in the snow, they'll look awesome. So confirm loadout. Okay, so now that I actually learned how to change my squad around, I did a bit of redesigning of my armor, and let's go and see what Jal's powers are. So Jal can also do energy drain. Jal saps the electromagnetic fields around the target to restore his shields. Sticky grenade. Sounds cool. Jal throws a grenade that sticks to any surface or enemy it hits and explodes after a brief delay. Area damage 257, damage radius 3.5, recharge time 20. Avenger strike. Jal cloaks before swiftly repositioning for a deadly strike from behind. This power is considered a melee attack. Rebel soldier. Improves Jal's offensive abilities. Plus 15% weapon damage, plus 15% weapon force. And resilience. Jal's training determination improves his defensive capabilities. Plus 20% max shields, plus 15% max health. Alright, I want to focus on Sticky Grenade because that's definitely an ability that I don't have and probably will never have on this particular rider. So, increases the recharge speed on the Sticky Grenade, increases the grenade capacity, and increases the damage. And why don't I just stick in one more just for good measure. Damage or radius? Let's do radius because I want to be able. We don't have nearly as many area of effect abilities across the teams in general. I'm gonna beef up energy drains, rechargement speed, effectiveness. Plus 20% damage, plus 20% shields restored. And then I'm going to have Jal. What do I want him? Improves his offensive capabilities. I think what I'm gonna do. Let me think. If I'm making Korra offensive, if I'm leaning Korra towards offensive, and Liam defensive, then leaning Vetra towards offensive, and Drac towards defensive. And then I'll probably make PB more defensive and Jal more offensive. So why don't I do weapon training, power training, weapon rate of fire, and then put one thing in resilience. Defensive training. Oh, I don't have 1 points left. That's fine. I'm happy with Jal being like that. Confirm. Confirm. Vetra. I'm going to make Vetra more offensive as well, which she is. I have 4 more points to spend. Let's increase her health. I want to kind of balance her passives a bit. And, well, we'll save her other points. 16. Yeah, we'll save. Kind of want to save her other points for right now. As for Skyler, Skyler is 10 points. Let's keep going into tech here. Wow, what do I want to do?